Hello and welcome to the new series of Wow TV interviews. For you today, an award-winning design scientist who actually loves shoes more than me. Stay tuned. I took my leap of faith, and at a point, I felt free. But I think as women, when we show our weaknesses, we show that we are real because we try to look strong. We try to be everything we should be. I wanted to choose love over fear. And for you, the beautiful Jenny Ambrose, everyone. Yay!
Yay! Hello, everyone. It is such a joy to be here. Angèle, thank you so much for the opportunity and for getting to share.
My absolute pleasure. And I need to say, you look absolutely ravishing today. Ravishing. Love the hair color. Love the style. Love what you have done in the background, which is your own design. Love everything about you.
Thank you, Angèle. And I have to say, you look like a beautiful blackberry that went to the disco today.
See, and this is why I love Jenny, everyone. You have to realize that when she says phrases like that, they are things that no one else tells you, I don't know me, and you just have something. So I need to immediately jump in to the fact that I introduced you as a design scientist. Please take me on a journey. How and why, even though you are the most special person to design, how is science part of design? And explain this all to us because I can't wait to hear.
Of course. So I actually have a background in anthropology. I am equally left and right brain ruled, even though I am very creative. I love color. I love enthusiasm and joy and feelings. I live for the structure of science. So when I design for a client, I'm actually using the scientific method. Did not realize that I did that, but it is true. Everything is tailored for what my clients want to communicate. So whether it's a watercolor logo or it's Pop Sugar's Beauty Awards or it's design attracting your ideal employees, all of it, all of the decisions, all of the copywriting, every decision that is made is targeted so that your clients get exactly what you want them to receive. You communicate exactly what you want to say. And that's it. It's very simple, but it's very efficient. And I don't see a lot of other designers using the structure, the skeleton of science when they make their choices.
Absolutely.
So I'm here.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think this not only makes you stand from the crowd, but it makes me feel that my IQ level is lower than you.
Well, that's not good. That is definitely not who I want to be.
I'm joking, but obviously how you explained it so well is that your right hemisphere and your left hemisphere. And I don't think mine is like that, but it's not a competition here. It's literally just making a joke. But I love how you explained that you help the client throughout the whole journey. I have a feeling, Jenny, that most people don't know what they are expecting when it comes to brand besides the pretty logo or the pretty picture. Can you tell us a bit more about that and how you and your design impacts people's lives?
Yeah. So, there are a couple of ways to approach your business, right? And without insulting or saying one is better than the other, let's say you have a love of butterflies. And you're happy with butterflies, you just want to have a butterfly store, and you want to have a logo that says, this is my butterfly store. That's one level of a brand. So in a couple years, or maybe someone different, they say, I love butterflies, and I want to change the way we interact with butterflies. I want to help people understand butterflies. So I have a foundation, and I'm teaching courses, and I have a studio, and that's a growth level brand. So both are equally wonderful. It just depends on what you want to do with your business. And if you like butterflies and you're very happy, just telling people about them or selling them or whatever the simple straight line is, a logo, a font, a color palette will suit you fine. If you are dealing with a school or reaching an audience or converting an audience or teaching the audience to shift that audience, then what you're looking at is positioning, because you're saying, I'm the leader. Here's how I'm going to lead you. Here's what I'm going to show you. Here's the transformation you will receive after the whole experience. There's brand voice, which is I'm talking to you. You feel a certain way with me talking to you. You experience this in a way that makes you feel how I want you to feel by my talking to you. And all of that feels congruent with the visuals, with the positioning, and with your experience. I've been doing this for 20 years.
I love
so
that.
It's just a way of understanding and organizing what you want to achieve with who you want to help. That's brand.
I can feel it oozing from your pores. It's so you, it's so who you are, and you really are so passionate and dedicated. I would like you to take a minute from this interview and literally directly speak to your ideal client and explain to them in 1 minute how you can help them change their life with their brand. Go for it.
If you have a vision for how the world needs to be and you are not experiencing that, I can absolutely help you with understanding how to speak to your audience, understanding how to meet your vision without getting paid for it right now, understanding how to grow your vision to get paid way beyond what you ever thought was possible, and then the visuals, the copywriting, the positioning, the self-love care that you need to grow your vision so that you feel supported, so that we are partners. This is one thing I understand. It's growing a vision, connecting with your audience, and being your authentic self in that entire process.
Yes, Queen. That was the best 1 minute ever. One of your favorite quotes starts like this, and I do have to read. I am not the same person who started this sentence. And
Yes.
You shared with me that it helps you understand who you are and that we grow every second. Can you share that with us and why this particular quote?
So when I was in college, I was experiencing a lot of relationship turmoil. And not just like romantic relationship, friend relationship, family relationship. And I would be very upset, like not know the truth and not know how to handle it. And I'm the type of person that if I can't figure it out, I look outward. So I went to philosophers. Clearly, my brain is not thinking about this in a correct way. I'm going to go have a tourist time in other philosophers' minds and see if I can retrain or think of things in a new way. I'm a nerd. So what happened was reading Nietzsche, there was that quote in there. It was a Buddhist quote, and it was so powerful that I actually stopped and I didn't even read the book because I was so taken aback by the freedom that as I finished this sentence, I am a new being. And so when I got myself in the throes of like depression or worry or anxiety or hurt feelings, like I am not the same person who started the sentence. I am not the same person. And I would obsessively do it until it was like, I am nowhere even near the same species that started that sentence. And so it really helped me to take care of myself first. And to be like, you can go through this, you can go through this. It doesn't matter. You can go through this. And so with every difficulty or hiccup, it's like, nope, I'm not the same person who started the sentence. I am growing beyond what I can see. I am growing beyond belief. And it just helps me connect with me.
I love that. Absolutely. So much love. And also so much love to our viewers today. And never forget that self-love is totally part of who we are. I remember also relating to your story, looking for outward things instead of inside. But one of the outward things that we have in common is the unfailing love of shoes. And I thought I was one to love shoes. So just a little bracket to our dear viewers. In the very beginning, now I think it's about a year and a half ago that I crossed Jenny in the online world. We just literally jumped on a call and had a chat from two different sides of the globe. And for some weird reason, I pulled out this shoe. And Jenny ran to bring her shoe. I'm actually getting shivers because she had the same brand. And now we have decided to share this love of shoes. So this particular shoe, if you don't mind, Jenny, I take 20 seconds from your interview, is a very special shoe for me because it was suggested to me by a friend of mine who unfortunately had a spinal cord injury. And it was like she wanted to walk in these, but she couldn't. And then I used them on stage when I launched my song, which is called Stronger. So I shared this story with Jenny, and there she went picking her shoes. And today she has prepared a shoe for you. So drum roll, please. Jenny?
I actually have 3 shoes for us today.
Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh. I hope you like shoes, ladies, and if you don't.
Minimal. All right, so first we have the Muppets, because I live for the Muppets.
I love that it says louder on the side. For all those women.
And this is fuzzy. This is like furry, fuzzy. I love it. I love this.
Love the louder. There's a quote that says, if you are too loud for your people, they are not your people, or something like this.
Yes.
So kudos.
Yes. And I want to hop on and what you said earlier with self-love being important.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think self-love is the absolute most important thing you can do as a business owner. And that comes from someone who worked 20 hours a day, who changed the size and shape that her legs were growing in because I sat cross-legged in a chair with arms. Didn't realize you could do that. You can. But it's not until I drew boundaries, took off days, emailed people and said, I cannot meet with you now, that I raised my rates and I got better clients. I mean, it's when you take care of yourself, the world meets you. Okay.
Yes,
now, continuing on.
Okay.
I know! And look, the glitter, there's glitter going on in here. They're just...
Oh my God. I love the gradient of the colors on the side. That's just like, I want that on a car or something.
Beautiful. I got these for completing my first year teaching lessons.
Okay, there you go. That's self-love, right? Buying ourselves a gift. Ladies watching this, make sure you take some time this month and buy yourself a gift, or maybe a gorgeous pair of shoes.
With every client payment, people, I buy myself a gift. Because that would not be happening had I not been me.
Yes.
Had I not shown up, had I not been me, had I not believed in myself, had I not done, I mean, the list goes on and on. So I pour back into my cup and I say, yes, I did this client work. I will buy myself a cupcake.
Absolutely. Literally, I did this week and I was so proud of myself. It wasn't a shoe, but it was something for myself. So always do that. It
doesn't matter what it brings your heart joy. All right, last shoe. Some might say most fabulous. Oh, a bird in this shoe, everyone. A bird.
Oh my God, look at that. I am so not looking at the camera, guys.
Isn't it magnificent?
Wow.
And this is the thing. I love to support.
Can I see the inside of the shoe?
Yeah.
Look at that. Even the inside is gorgeous. Look at that, those parts.
Even the sole that's going to get destroyed is considered and beautiful.
Okay, so we need to hold both shoes so that we have the thumbnail ready. There you go. That's click for the thumbnail.
Yes. And these, I am 14 inches taller. When I wear these.
Do you feel, Jenny, that the love of shoes is also not only part of who you are, but something you bring to the table with regards to you being a brand strategist, being a brand scientist, and award-winning, I have to say, which you have to also mention at the end what award this was. Do you think that is part of the ingredients of you
Oh God,
and your
for
special
me,
song?
yes. I mean, and it's not just shoes, right? So I was telling you earlier, I will tell you again. I make hair clips and fascinators for myself, just because I don't recognize it and I want it, so I make it.
And it brings you
Um,
joy.
Dresses, hair, sunglasses, the words that I use, how I interact with people. My entire existence is an art. And I've decided that from the very beginning. I mean, when I first got my license, I did avant-garde parking, which is where I would park the car however I fucking wanted, and it was avant-garde parking. And I've since grown up. But if there is a woman who lives where I live and she dances, she just dances down the sidewalk, and whenever we cross, I dance with her.
Yes.
Wherever we are. And if we're across the street, I dance across the street and we have a fun moment.
You're reminding me, Jenny, to never dim your light to fit in.
Why? The world needs your light. I mean, here's the truth. I was living in a place, and Angèle, you completely talked to me at this time. I was living in a place where it was very, very angry, very poor, very small-minded place. And I didn't just dim my light. I never left the house. But in my house, I wore these shoes. I danced to RuPaul's Drag Race. I yelled at my TV in response to my feelings. So I did not share that because when I did, I was crushed. My sensitive heart was crushed. But we worked to move. And now we moved to a place where women dance down the street and I can dance down the street and it's acceptable.
I would like to ask you, what was that thing that you realized you deserve to have on a level of self-worth for you to make the move? Because maybe some women are watching us and they're saying, oh yeah, okay, good for you that you move. What was the kick, the push that you needed to realize to get you from where you were to now? And obviously now we can very well see that you're flourishing.
The kick was not letting the negativity affect who I knew I was, who I knew I meant to be. Not to get too deep, but my upbringing was one of negativity and small-mindedness. And I know who you are because you grew up inside me, and I very much did not agree. And so I would say, I know who I am. I disagree. And that was my entire song and dance from, I don't know, 12, 11. So if you can deal with it with your parents and you can deal with it at a college professor, some neighbor dude is never going to get me to be like, yes, you're right, neighbor guy. Never. Never. But it was a very hard battle, and I had to learn to soften. I went from, aggressively working out and running and doing more to combat the energy, whereas now I do more yoga. I do more meditation. So it's really just finding what works for you and recognizing that no matter what work or effort or time it's going to take, you're worth it. You exist as you are. You exist as you want to and fulfilled by the things that bring you joy. Worth it. That's it. That's enough.
Beautiful. Can I ask you the award-winning part of your introduction and
The
how
awards.
that
I'm sorry. You mean the plural? Because yeah, and I am one of those things where as an individual designer, I have awards, and as Puree Fantastico, my business, I have awards. So as Jenny, I've received, I was in the Communication Arts Illustration Annual for 2016, I think. I was a semifinalist in the Adobe Achievement Awards. I've been in Print Regional Design Annual. I've won Addies, which are like advertising awards. And then Puree Fantastico was the best small graphic design business in Los Angeles for 5 years running. Don't live in Los Angeles, so I'm not that. But I have received the Small Business Award for 6 years running. So that's nice.
And I'm really glad you shared your accomplishments, because that is something that I believe us women don't do enough. So well done to you and kudos to you. To
Thank
wrap
you.
up this gorgeous, fiery vintage girls interview, besides belting out and dancing in the room, is there anything else you love doing for fun and for joy to bring energy for you before you meet customers?
Oh, I mean, the arsenal of coping skills and self-love that I have, it's like it could fill an entire warehouse. I do love Disney movies. So whether it's like putting on Disney music on my Pandora or putting all of the Disney movies in my VLC and hitting random, which I do every day. There's also baking. I've been making these glitter bags for boring, right? So if you're in a boring situation and you need to get out, you just rip open the glitter bag, and that's a conversation starter. So I do that. I have 7 animals. 7. So I'm playing with them, or we're making toys for them, or, just giving them attention. Baking, cooking, singing, dancing, creating. Always creating, writing, doesn't matter. So for me, it's always making, thinking, singing, dancing. Yeah.
Thank you, Jenny. Oh my gosh, everything that comes around you and is you is not only beautiful, but it also is deep and makes sense and takes you to the next level. So I would like to not only thank you, but also encourage the viewers to connect with you in the links that are in the comments of this interview, because they need you in their life. And I mean, hello, it's a breath of fresh air. Everything is so beautiful and colorful, but deep and understanding. One last comment or phrase that you would like to tell to our viewers?
You see how joyful and how pretty and how bright I am, people? It came from decades of loving myself in spite of other people telling me I was dumb, that I was too smart. I alienated people, so I am too dumb and also too smart. I am too much, too loud, not feminine enough, too feminine. And it took me being like, you know what, guys? No, you're wrong. And that's it. And so if I've inspired you or if I've triggered you because I am very happy and very, very bright, trust that it took a lot of work. And it's 1,000% worth it. Because I wake up and I love myself. And I love myself so much, I inspire others to love themselves. And that's what Angèle is all about.
And with that mic drop moment, Jenny, thank you so, so much for giving us your time and your talent and your creativity on this interview. And if you are watching this, it does not happen by chance. Make sure you go over to Jen's links below and connect on social media, and also give her a call so that she can help you make an impact in your business. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next episode. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.